So,
and with that being said, last thing I want to say is, if you don't got a Bible, go pick it up at your local shopping center where you can listen to Drake.
you think they play Drake in Barnes and Nobles?
They may play Drake at Barnes and Nobles, but he definitely play him in Target.
In Target.
They got the Bible at Target. Trust me,
Yeah. Facts.
So yeah.
So you wanna give the intro to this?
Yeah, sure. So Yasiin Bey,
AKA,
first of all,
formerly known as Mr. Mos Def.
Correct. He's one of my favorite MCs of all time.
Same.
He had a recent interview where he was asked, "Do you think Drake is hip hop?" And this is what my man's had to say.
Oh, Mos Def.
Mighty Mos.
Is Drake hip hop?
Drake is pop to me, in the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Can we just say for a second? I need to pause that because if he is acting and not in comedy, my man needs to rethink things and get into comedy, because that pause was comic gold, bro.
Did you see it? Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That pause is comic gold. Everything he says is hilarious. Hilarious. But yo, it takes talent to know when to drop that, bro. Like, Oh my gosh. All right, let's go.
Commercial music.
Or as
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it? I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Oh, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great.
It's great.
Okay. What happens when this thing collapses? What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling, where's the message that I can use?
Right.
What's in it for your audience apart from like banging the pom-poms?
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
But I mean, yo, my boy out here, man. My boy out here.
That was comedy gold. Yo, it doesn't matter what you think about. Listen, hear me out. All right. I know some of y'all are mad, including Kano. Some of y'all are mad. All right. Yeah, I want to bring this. Boom.
It's true.
All right. I know some of y'all are mad. Okay. But please listen and understand what I am saying to you. Okay. This was hilarious. And if you don't think this was hilarious, just like Cat Williams' last comedy special on Club Shay Shay, this is gold, bro.
Golden.
When he's like, look at these products, so many products, so many SKUs. Like, bro, give this man an award because that was hilarious. Okay, I hope Drake was laughing. I know he's not. I know it's like on some like I can't believe I let Def down. Like, but I can't.
Who knows? He might be writing a diss track right now.
He might, or no, a really, really long tweet, like a really long one though, like not a sentence, like longer than what he wrote for Button.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
But Yeah, I don't know. What's your takes on this?
At first I disagree with him, but then I didn't see the last few seconds of the video, which summed up everything. He was like, what do you give to your audience?
Yeah.
Other than just pom poms, which is kind of disrespectful. Again, he said
He's a cheerleader.
Yeah. What do you get? Like, what do you? But it's true in the essence of I've listened to Drake's albums several times. There's
The new
no any of his albums, bro. I feel like maybe the most he may have done is giving dudes who have been heartbroken, some hope. Maybe, I don't know, like oh man, I broke up with this girl. Now let's be a demon. Like, let's do demon time or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's true. Like, what are you as somebody who is not just a hip hop artist, but an artist in general? What are you giving to your audience that is special, that is unique, that they can walk away with and still feel what's the word I'm looking for? Still feel the essence of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, I think about mathematics. I think about hip hop. I think about Speed Law. I think about Miss Fat Booty. All of these songs. I walked away with from things that Drake would try to share with me to somebody who is literally intelligent and lived this life could give me. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he has the right to say what he's saying. When you really break it down, he don't got a black on both sides.
No.
He don't got a like water for chocolate.
No.
He don't have a and I'm not even talking about gangster rap. I'm just talking about conscious rappers in general. He don't got none of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have if you want to talk about his peers, he don't have a Mr. Morale in the Big Steppers. He don't got that. So
yeah,
the game. So that's my full take on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. And the one of the big things, like we were talking about this earlier in the chat separately, I don't know if he ever could have one of those. You know what I mean? And it's not to take away from Drake. All the Drake lovers understand that we're fans of Drake ourselves. All right. But so
I love his music.
Right.
I'm gonna hold you. I'm a closet Drake fan.
Yeah, it's nothing to to have any reaction over, right? But the fact of the matter is, can we really say from what we saw with Drake and even his last joint, where he's on a track with someone who we all have respect for and consider one of the greats right now, J. Cole, and can we say that was like, I don't know if that was his best foot forward. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
I also agree with that. I feel like this. So I also feel like this.
Like, that was your time to show yourself. That was your time to show that you could give us like a black on both sides if you wanted to, but you really just want this money.
Yeah.
But that didn't. It was the right and appropriate time to do that. But he just didn't.
Yeah. It's still the same song and dance. That's really what it is. It's kind of like, as much as I love Drake, as much as I love his music, there's a side where I feel like there's this one trick pony aspect of it, where I know you could do more because I met you when you was doing songs with Fonte, so I know you could do the conscious rap.
Right.
I know you could. I know you can take it to another level. And I'm not even talking about conscious rap in general, because I'm not even just talking about just giving people bars that they have been waiting for years.
Right.
You don't give that to us because it don't sell.
Yeah. Now here's one thing that I think is left out of these conversations is, and we talk about this all the time, is the music giving substance? No. Generally, the music, and that's the thing we, especially you, talk about all the time with generally in today's music, when it comes to hip hop, there's a lack of substance. Whereas where we were growing up, we felt as though there was a more opportunity for that substance, where you got to know the artist that you were listening to.
Mhm.
You were able to get a connection with them in that type of way. And now it doesn't necessarily feel that way. But there is an aspect of this that I feel like is often forgotten, and it is the fact that it's it's for the money, you know. It's when you have that much money calling your name, if you could just make a certain song or a certain dance or a certain hit, that's all you need to do, and you have nothing but money coming your way. Especially when you grew up with hoes in your zapper toes, you celebrate the minute you was having dough. Like you go ahead and live this one lifestyle, right? And then you see everyone else doing it and making it, right? And then all you have to do is follow suit, and then you get the same thing. Would you not? You know what I
Agreed.
mean? It's
Agreed.
like it's this aspect where it's like it's an unfortunate thing, but unfortunately, you know, hip hop is a very, like we were talking about something sacred in the last with Lil Nas X and stuff like that, you know. And something that breaks down what is sacred to us, because hip hop to us is a sacred thing. Something that breaks down what is sacred to us is the need for money, you know, the want or the greed. You could also say that, you know what I mean? But the thing is, a lot of these people are coming from backgrounds where they're the polar opposite. So they swing for the fences for everything they could get to never go back to where they were.
I agree. Do I think Drake is hip hop? Yes. I think that he bars people. I feel like he gives his hip hop, and he gives his version of it in his albums. In between, he gives the guys who really love hip hop a little taste of what he can really do, and that's how I know that he's hip hop, because it's like, yo, don't forget. Like, I know I'll give you these songs, and sometimes I may even steal a whole verse, turn it around, make it my verse. I do that too. But when I get to this mic, when I get to these bars, it's over.
Right.
And he shows it time and time again. You cannot mess with his pen.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are some times where he does show improve. So I can't knock it. But do I think, now the real question is that what he wants to be remembered for? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, judging from his legacy, is that something that, is he trying to go for, oh, I'm hip hop, or am I just trying to be the highest selling artist of all time?
I do think one thing is, if you notice, like, he didn't answer the question either. He really didn't. He just said he was shopping music. And I think that was probably not even everything he said about, like, SKUs, all the SKUs and stuff like that. Like, he's not acknowledging Drake as being hip hop, as being not only hip hop, an influential aspect in hip hop. I know we've had this argument before in one of our pods before, but yeah, like, that's what, like, you can't deny these things. And the fact that he's not giving those type of flowers, it does kind of irk me a little bit, because it starts to feel kind of gatekeeperish at that point. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like that, like, where
he sounded like a hater. When he was like, "Oh, excuse,"
yeah,
he sounded like a hater. For
like because, like, this cat's music, like, is like, all right, like a Rod Wave, for example. Y'all know I love Rod Wave. You know, his music, I connect with it, all that stuff. That is in the realm of hip hop. Now, what are we gonna say about that? What would Yasiin Bey say about that? You know what I mean? So now that starts to feel very gatekeeperish, and you don't want to feel that way with something that is, well known for being welcoming.
This is just me, and maybe this is the hip hop purist in me. I feel like the young kids, man, listen,
Go kick rocks.
not go kick rocks, just listen to the music, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of y'all don't listen to the music because of course, granted, the old heads treat you like how most of be treating Drake. You know what I'm saying? So I get the concept, but I feel like at some point, man, just listen to Black on Both Sides, and then go and listen to a Drake album, and then tell me you don't see a marginal difference in content. A marginal difference. Listen to a all right, fine. And if it's too unfair of a comparison, listen to an LL Cool J album, and then go and turn around and listen to and see where he gets these things from.
Right. Yeah.
See where he gets where he gets these things from. It's not just something that just came out of the woodwork. This stuff that's been happening for years, and these old cats, they seen it, and they see it perpetuate itself over and over and over again. And then here we are, where we're saying we're allowing, like when you talk about gatekeeping, they feel like maybe they should gatekeep, because it's like you're not even like what is it that Drake has that will constitute it as this is hip hop. So I get that concept from the old cats. All I'm saying is get yourself a Busta Rhymes album. Get yourself a Tribe Called Quest album. Really listen to those joints. Listen to an Illmatic. You probably never even heard Illmatic before. And y'all talking like there's people who really be going off and saying that Illmatic, like saying Nas is whack. Like new cats that says that. Bro.
Yeah. I think
listen to Illmatic, bro.
I think music also means something different to the audience today than it did for us. I think it has a different place, a different like a place in their lives. It's more like background. I feel like it's more like background music to their lives. Like we will watch a movie or a show and we pull out different things from those things that narratives and stuff like that. You got that from hip hop at a certain point. You know what I mean? Agreed. So I don't think that's that anymore. I think it's just, I feel like it's like you said, like background music to the life, to you living life. You know what I mean? Not really pulling anything from it to gain something from it. One thing that he did say that I do agree with is when he talks about Drake's like empire, isn't it at some point it's gonna fall? Isn't it falling right now? Isn't it like things like that? Like essentially, like you can't ride this same wave for so long. There has to, and maybe that's what he's also saying. Like there has to be something different that you give us than this, because we're starting to look at you like, all right, yeah, like most people consider For All the Dogs a letdown. You know what I mean?
For the most part.
And maybe that's
especially
what he's
huge Drake fans.
Right. Maybe that's what he's talking about, because he kind of let his audience down with that one, because it was prefaced as something like, oh, this is gonna be that album that we've been waiting for from Drake, because we know we fans of him, but we know he could do this.
Right.
We've been waiting for that, and then he doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Quite the opposite in a lot of ways.
Sit down there like, dang, bro,
yeah.
what are you
doing?
And
so maybe what Yasiin is saying, like, yo, like, look at your own audience.
Yeah.
What are you giving your own audience? Because your empire is starting to crumble. You're not seeing it though. You know what I mean? So maybe it was something like that he was talking about, like, yo, do better, you know?
Do better. And speaking of doing better, I just think that he can. And I don't want to speak around in circles.
Yeah.
I just know that he can.
We all do, yeah.
And I feel like he can, because we all been like, we've been in this in hip hop. It's not just because we're fans, but we used to rippity rap. We used to go around and spit in ciphers with some cats that are big right now.
Right.
And that's not to toot our horn. It's just that when we listen to the bars and we listen to the music, we be knowing like Drake is nice, bro. Like we know that Drake is nice. When he really puts the pen game in, we know that he's gonna bring something out. And I just feel like we didn't get the pen game from him.
Yeah.
We get the pen game, and then we get somebody that wrote a whole song for him.
Yeah.
We get him writing an R&B song, which is dope. Be a songwriter, dude.
Right.
No one
right.
is knocking the talent of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, where's your hip hop imprint in the world?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what is that? What is that supposed to be about? What is that for Drake? And I feel like that's also why most stuff is saying, like, the empire is crumbling, because like you're over here saying you're a hip hop artist, but then you have, I better find your love, or
Right.
like control, like you're literally a chameleon in all these other areas. Like you're doing Afro beats now.
Yeah.
Like what? Where is this? Boy, listen, go back to the 808s. Go back to the points where you was actually spitting and spit, bro.
He's gonna get the money no matter what. Like, this is the time, if any, and that's what I don't understand. This is the time, if anything, to get to wild out for that respect. This is the time to do it. You know what I mean? Like, what's taking so long? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, all right, were you doing this to get out of your contract? All right, you're out of your contract. Can we please? Can we please? Like, just a little, just once.
Just give the hip hop purists a little bit. You know, like we be talking about you, Drake. Hip hop purists love to talk about Drake, and they love to say he's not hip hop. Well, we all know that you truly are.
Right.
You came from that.
Yes.
You came from the back.
It's not like you're ignorant of all this. It's
know
not.
What I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So just do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
But I guess I mean that's all I gotta say on the subject. Man.
Yeah. No. Same.
You know what I'm saying? So,
same.
So as we land the plane,